What is good, everybody? It's Coach Felicia. Happy Monday to you. I hope you guys had the best weekend. I hope you're excited for today's class on functional movement. Maybe you know what this is. Maybe you have no idea what functional movements I'm talking about, but we're going to deep dive into that today, just so we're all on the same page of what does actual fitness need to be as we age, as we get older, and just need to know how to move our bodies in a functional state, but also keeping from injury. All right. So as we get older and things are not moving the same way, it doesn't matter how many miles you can sprint. It doesn't matter how much you can bench press. If you cannot get up and down off the ground, if you cannot get up and down out of a chair without aches and pains or, proper movement, we are missing the mark. So we're going to go over just some fundamental movements today to make you feel set up for success and make sure that you guys know what those movements are. If you have never met me, I'm Coach Felicia. I have been with V-Shred for 6 years now, over 6 years, but I have been a personal trainer and nutrition coach for over 12. I have an extensive background in corrective exercise, sports performance, glute and shoulder activation, more importantly, cancer and exercise, breast cancer and BOSU, nutrition from Precision Nutrition Level 1 and 2, NASA nutrition, you name it, I have it, GLP-1, certification, diabetes type 1 and 2. So I have a very extensive background in your body working smarter and not just harder. We're not just throwing up weights for the sake of working out. We are doing it in a way that is productive for you. So obviously you're in the renewal group because you've been with your coach, you love your coach, and you're continuing on. So I really want to build off of that program today. So we are going to be doing weights. You can do body weight, but we are going to be doing hinging movements, squats, push, a little bit of pull since we're not doing pull-ups, just basic movements to help you know, okay, this is how these movements actually translate into our lives, getting in and out of a car, up and out of a chair, like I said, off of the floor, okay? So grab some water, grab your weights, get a mat. We're gonna be up and down off the floor. We're not gonna be jumping, don't worry about that. But before we get going, we are going to be doing some warm-up movements to make sure that our small muscles and our major muscles, they're warmed up to do functional movements. So before we get going, I would like us to put our arms at a 90-degree angle, just like so. And we're going to be doing abduction, adduction, and just external, internal rotation, making sure that our small muscles are ready for push-ups, overhead presses, functional movement like that. We are also going to be warming up your back and your lower body as well, since we are doing squats, hinges, and lunges. I will have modifications for all of you, and I will also be coaching through why these movements are important. All right? Inhale and exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep this form. Bring it up 90 degrees. And now we are doing goalpost rotation. So we're warming up shoulder, but anterior and posterior in the delts, just like that. If you feel clicking or a pull in your elbow, which means that your shoulders are misaligned, bring your elbows slightly forward, and you should not feel any clicking there anymore. If you still have clicking and you're not, in recovery from a rotator cuff or shoulder injury, I highly recommend you give yourself credence to go get a massage, chiropractic, something to help your range of motion, because it is tight, and when you are tight, it's really hard to do functional movement. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, lower body, we're going to do alternating, open and close the gate, just like that. Okay. So we're opening it up, and then we're going to do the opposite. We're going to close the gate in just about 10 seconds. You say, Felicia, you're really flowing through these warm-ups. Yes, because active stretches are short, and they are telling your muscles, hey, joints and all the ligaments, wake up. We are warming up, but we're not doing it static, meaning putting them to sleep like you would do after a workout. 3, 2, 1. That was open. Now close the gate. Close the gate, just like that. And you might be like, oh, that's really awkward. Yeah, you need these movements though. Close the gate. Close the gate, just like that. When we watch athletes warm up, the kind of warm-ups they do are all making sense for their workouts. You watch a firefighter do a workout or warm-ups. It makes sense for their life. So we want to make sure with functional fitness, if we work at a desk, we're doing things to help open up our chest, relax our low back, integrate our core. 3, 2, 1. It has to make sense, right? Nice and wide. We're going to take our arms and we're going to alternate, and we're going to inhale, come up, exhale, come down, come up and switch. So we're stretching the hamstring, glutes, low back, just like that. Inhale, come up, exhale, down. Good. You say, Felicia, with squats, I really struggle because I have knee pain. I'm going to teach you all something awesome today on how to get better flexion and integration of your posterior chain and take it off your knees. This is going to be the coolest thing that you're going to learn today, most likely, if you haven't learned it before, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Last one. Just open up the shoulders. Give me some inhale. And exhale. Tell your body, hey, this is going to be great. Inhale. Exhale. 3, 2, and 1. All right. So listen up. Grab a drink of water as I walk through this. This chair or this stool is a little bit lower than a normal chair would be. Okay? But this is essentially what a squat looks like in real life situation, right? My feet and ankles slightly turned out. My knees right underneath, in line with my ankles, and then my hips are in line with my knees. Arms are up, and you're going to stand up, straight up. See how I didn't hinge up and straight back down? I'm pushing straight up, straight down. I'm not doing this, okay? What you're trying to do is, if you need more, you take your feet and walk them out a little bit more like 90 degrees, pull out your core, and you stand straight up and straight down, just like so. That is what a squat would look like. So if you're new and you're beginning, I would start without any weight, and I would sit just like so. If you're more advanced, what you can do is you can grab your medium or heavy weight, similar like you would get in a chair, feet, slightly turned out because you're going to get a little bit lower, knees are underneath your hips, and you're going to sit down, and you're going to go straight up. Just like if we were sitting in a chair. Sit in a chair, straight up. Now, if the chair is too easy, but you do not have the range of motion, my husband has flat feet. He's had 2 surgeries on one leg or knee and one on the other. So his feet are terrible. His ankles turn in. He cannot functionally do a squat. When he walks like a duck. It hurts him to turn his feet and knees in. So here's a really great tip if that is you. If you have a hard time actually engaging your posterior chain to get your glutes, and when you do squats, you only feel it on your knees and in your hip flexors. Take your dumbbells, okay? Make them about as wide as your mat. All right, you see that? You're then going to elevate your heels, okay? Just like that. When you elevate your heels, what you are doing is you are taking, see that? It's so easy once you elevate your heels. You're taking the pressure off of your anterior, okay? You're taking the pressure off of your knees and your quads. And what you're doing is by lifting up, you are now able to take the pressure off and engage and get better range of motion in your foot and ankle from the lift. So when you go into the squat, and again, you might be like, Felicia, I thought we were supposed to be working out. This is all part of actually making the movement happen. You're taking the pressure off and you're able to go down. Look at that. All the way down. Arms are up, straight, pushing. Inhale. You can stop earlier, but see how I'm getting lower than the chair? Exhale. And then you're able to engage your glute so much better, which is where we want to feel the squat. When you do squats, you don't want to feel like your knees aged 10 years or your back hurts or anything like that. You want to feel everything back here. So again, whether you're doing the squat with the chair, you're keeping your arms level like that. We're not rocking and rolling. Same thing with elevating. Arms are straight, or if you're doing it without elevating, you don't need that range of motion help. You're still keeping your arms up like that. Just like so. Cool? All right, so right now, we're going to do 15. You're going to take a little break. We're going to do 15 again, take a little break, and then if you're doing it with a chair, I want you to add some weight on your third one to kind of push it. If you're doing it with your heels elevated and you have extra weight, grab some weight. That last set, I want you to push yourself. And then if you're doing just regular squats and you have no problem with functional form, as you go down, I want you to hold it up over your head. And can you keep your elbows in line with your ears? Okay? That is a marker of true functional movement and you have range of motion. It's very hard to do because we do not live in a functional world, so bear with me, okay? So pick your position. I'm going to grab a drink. I'm personally going to do the first 2 rounds with my heels elevated. And I'm going to keep my arms out in front. Okay, I'm going to inhale, pull the belly button to spine. And as I exhale and come up, I'm going to make sure that my core stays engaged. Ready? 3, 2, 1. We're going to inhale, come down. Exhale, pop it up. That's 1. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. My knees stay behind my toes. Inhale. Exhale. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 5. Inhale. Exhale. 6. 7. Inhale. Exhale. 8. Good. Pull that belly button in. 9. Inhale. Exhale. 10. 11. Good. 12. Pull that belly button in. 13. 14. Last one. And 15. Good. Again, pushing from our tush. Pulling that from our heel up. Posterior chain. Pulling that belly button in. Okay? Take a little breather. We're doing that another time. And then the last set, we're going to push it a little bit more. And then we're going to make our way down to the floor. All right? You're doing great. Doing great. Pick your position. All right? Functional movement. That's what life's all about. Functional. 3, 2, 1, go. So I'm going to inhale, pop it up. Inhale, pop it up. I'm staring and I'm keeping eye line with my kid's Spider-Man helmet right across from me, okay? So find something to keep eye contact with and you're never looking down. Chest is up like our standards. They never waver. Inhale, exhale, 6 more. 5, I have a mirror right in front of me. 4, so I can make sure my knees are going out the right direction. 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Maybe you're going super low. You're starting to feel it tight in the middle of your back to low back. That tells me that you are super tight in your hip flexors, even with your feet elevated, even with the warm-up. So at the end of class today, we're gonna go over some movements that you can do to make sure that these puppies don't make this overactive. Cool? You go, Felicia, why is all this important? It keeps you going in your program. It makes sure that you're getting the proper balance in your body to keep you from being injured. And come on, if you want to build a peach, we gotta do it the right way. All right? Last one. Feet are elevated. Chest is up, booty is low. We're gonna do 12 to 15 depending on how much weight you do. Tap out if your form starts to go. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna go down, pop it up. So I'm still keeping the weight in front of my chest to make sure that I'm keeping my chest up and I'm pushing through my heel. Push through my heel. Good. Inhale, push through my heel. Push. Inhale, push. Come on. Pull it in, push it out. That's it. You're sitting in the chair. You're getting out of the chair. Sitting in the tiny chair. 4, 3, come on, 2, and 1. That is number 1 for functional movement. Great job. All right? Now, we're going to be working on chest press / push-ups. No one likes them. No one likes push-ups really because it's your body weight. Okay? It's movement that your body goes, no, 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 no. And to be fair, when we don't live in a functional world where we do this all day, typing or driving, or we're just constantly sitting down, why would our chest, our anterior delts, why would any of that want to move? Our back is tight and overactive. So then it kind of goes, I got you. So when you wind up doing push-ups, it's all back here. You see the scapula start pushing out, everything goes into your neck. So there's 2 things that we're gonna do. 1, grab yourself a pillow, okay? Put that bad boy on the ground. What really mimics a push-up, but is very manageable, is doing a chest press. Here's how I recommend doing it. 1 of 2 ways, okay? If your core is very weak, you have the pillow, and you can keep your head down. Take your free hand, put it on your chest, make sure that you feel the pec fire on, so you're squeezing it. So we're doing 1 at a time, just like that. If your neck does not kick on, here's how I used to train clients in person, okay? I'm up off the ground, my shoulders up off the ground. And I am practicing 1 side at a time with my body up off the ground because I'm teaching, sorry, I'm very into this, okay? It's a very passionate of mine with corrective exercise. I'm teaching the posterior and the anterior to work harmoniously. So when I'm pressing up, the chest is on, but when I'm going down on the eccentric, I'm also teaching my rear delt, my scapula, all those supporting muscles in the back to work together. So that way when you go into a push-up, right? When we go into push-ups, the front and the back know what to do. They know what they're doing because they were trained properly. So you can start with very light, easygoing weights, and it makes all the difference in the world. For time's sake, because I know I'm explaining a lot, but this is super important for all of us to learn, if you've never been taught this before, I'm going to do it without a pillow. You can keep a pillow. We're going to do 8 with your medium weight on the left and then the right, and then we're going to roll over, and you can do kneeling or you can do regular, and we're going to do failure push-ups. We're going to lift your hands, push it away. 5 of those bad boys, and then we're going to roll over, and we're going to do 8 on the left, 8 on the right, 5 push-ups, and then on the last set, to just really accent and put a, a nice little exclamation mark on it, I'd like you to go up to your heaviest weight if you have anything heavier for 5 and then 5 failure push-ups. This is going to reiterate to your body what the proper movement mechanics feel like, and look like, okay? And if we have time, because I know this is taking a lot, but this is super important for us, okay? This is not something to just be like, it's not a good enough workout. This is something I want you guys to save and keep with you at all times. And if we have time, like I said, we're gonna go into rows and how they function with pull-ups, all right? So I'm up off the ground, my wrist is nice and straight, okay? Start down slightly at an angle. My core is engaged, of course. 3, 2, 1, go. So exhale, come up. My chin feels like there's an apple underneath it, so I'm not putting it in my neck. 3, 2, and 3. 4, squeeze that chest. 5, 2, and 3. 6, 2, and 3. 7, 2, and 3. 8, 2, and 3. And switch. Other hand, feel the chest, flex it, bring it down, slight angle. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna press 2 and 3. 2, 2, and 3. 3, 2, and 3. 4, 2, and 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. 7, 2, 3. And 8, 2, and 3. Good. Feeling it in the front and the back. We're going to roll over. Do kneeling irregular. Hands by your chest, not your head. Feel your push-ups. 3, tummy in. 2, 1, go. So we're going to inhale, lift, exhale. Inhale, exhale, 2. Inhale, exhale, 3. Inhale, exhale, 4. Last one. Inhale, exhale, 5. So again, by lifting your hands off the mat, you're reiterating to your body what muscles need to be on for that pushing motion, working cohesively. Back for the second round. All right? Apple underneath your chin, elbow slightly lower than your shoulder. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna press 2, 2, 3. 3, 2, 3. 4, 2, and 3. 5, 2, 3. 6, 2, 3. 7, and 8, 2, 3. Stay up with me and switch. Squeeze your chest, okay? Mimicking a push-up. 2, 1. We're gonna press 2 and 3. Squeeze your chest. 2, 3. 3, 4, you start to feel your neck pop on, just know it's from your weaker core. We gotta work on that. 6, it's okay, it's not a bad thing. 7, last one. And 8, 2, 3, excellent. All right, roll it on over. Hands by your chest. On your knees irregular, failure push-ups, belly button to spine. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna inhale, exhale, push. Inhale, exhale, push. Inhale, exhale, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Feeling the front and the back. Here is the kicker. Okay, grab some drink. Water, BCAAs, creatine, whatever you want to do. We're going for your heaviest weight that you can handle. Mine is a 15 kettlebell, and that's okay. All right? So again, stacking it nice and tight. All right? If you need to rest your neck, put a pillow there. I'm gonna have mine up. I'm having my upper body up off the floor. 3, 2, 1, go. So I said 5, but if you can do 5 to 8, let's go for 8, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Good, blow it up. 5, 2, 3. 6, come on. 2, 3. 7, 2, 3. Last one. 8, 2, and 3. Nice, you did it. Rest your neck if you need to. Get your form. Roll your shoulders up off the ground. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna press 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 5, yes, come on, blow it out, 6, 2, 3. Teach the front and the back to work together. Last one, push, 2 and 3. Nice job. Nice job. Pop it up. We're going to roll it over, failure push-ups, and then for sake of time, I'm going to teach you that stretch for your mid to low back for better functional movement. And then next time we'll work on our pull and our hinge movement, okay? But this was too important for us to not get into deep today, okay? All right, last ones. Pull your belly button in, make an L. All right, on either side of your chest. 3, 2, 1, go. So we're gonna inhale, lift, push it away. Inhale, lift, push it away. Good. Inhale, lift, push it away. 3, inhale, lift, push it away. Last one, inhale, push, and lift it away. And honestly, if you can take away anything from today to how to integrate your glutes more consistently with doing the sit to stand and squat motion, and how to use your anterior and posterior more appropriately with push-ups, there's so much unlocked for you right now. Again, like I said, we're gonna do the hinge and the pull next time, all right? But here is the stretch that I want you guys to know about, that movement that makes a huge difference for rotation. If you find that when you're doing squats, hinges, push-ups, anything in core, you're feeling it mainly here, we want to work on your rotation. So I want you guys to go into a wide, almost like a sumo, but a little wider. And you're going to take your left hand, we're going to bend to that right knee, take your right hand, drop it down, we're going to do a rotation, and we're going to stretch. You're going to hold that. You're going to inhale, come up, and then the other side, you're going to bend that knee, and you're going to twist, and you're going to work on that rotation. So this is the functional movement side of warm-ups too, to get that twisting. Because when the back, the mid-back, the lower back, they don't have that movement, it's really restricting, because think about how much your torso is used. You go to do overhead press, you're still using your core and some of your lower lats. When you do squats, you're using your core and you're using your mid to lower back. So think about it this way. If I want my body to function optimally and I want to see the best results for my physique, long-term health, I don't want to get injured, all of these things that you're feeling in a workout, they matter. Don't be like, oh, it was just, I was sitting so much today. No. Use these tools, these tips and tricks that we teach you in these classes into your workouts with your coach. When you get out of the bed every morning, do the stretches, get the rotations, whether it's alternating or whether we're doing the windmills, something like that, just to let your body know, hey, let's get moving functionally. Let's allow our body to optimally get what we need in that fluid motion so we can get the most out of our day, all right? So I know 2 movements is not a lot for a workout today, but I think today was so much bigger than just doing a workout. Take it with you, use it in your day-to-day routine, in your workouts, in your warm-ups, and you will gain so much more from today's session, all right? I hope to hear from you guys soon. Let's have a great week, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.